is literally the reason this video is happening. Look what you got.
I don't remember doing that. I don't need photo evidence of this occurring because I have no memory. Not on the list that I have. I know that
Not
much.
on the list. Okay. Would you add it to your list?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That's not just a cat anymore.
Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, and have you ever experienced that feeling of power you get as an artist when you make something that someone else either really loves or really hates? If you haven't, you are seriously missing out, because it's like pure euphoria when you get to make someone's day with the power of your own creativity, or torture them with whatever cursed thing you've just created. If you're really skilled, you can even do both at the same time, making someone's day by torturing them with something cursed. Now recently, I was presented with just such an opportunity. See, I decided to do Pokemon Smash or Pass in my free time because that's something the internet has been losing their collective minds over, and naturally, as I was scrolling through the Pokedex, the idea to draw the Pokemon popped into my head. Now, it would have just stopped there at just an idea, but I made the rookie mistake of telling my cursed friend about it, and he was like, "That's terrible! You should do it!" And bam, this video was born. Now, does this fall straight into the furry stereotype of making Rule 34 art of Pokemon? Yes. Does this defy all rational sense for someone who feels no sexual attraction whatsoever? Also yes. Is it a completely stupid idea? Absolutely. But, and hear me out on this, it's also very funny. It just sounds like fun, okay? Sometimes as an artist, you just want to draw your guilty pleasures, even if sometimes those guilty pleasures involve torturing your friend with hot Pokemon. I'm going to hell for this, aren't I? Now, as tempted as I was to just jump straight into things, I wanted to do a little bit of prep work first to try and make the end result as effective as possible. Just because this was a joke made for my own enjoyment doesn't mean I'm going to skimp out on the quality. Anything that's worth doing is worth doing well, after all. And hey, when it's all over, I might even have something to show for it that isn't complete garbage. So first, I decided to set myself a couple of ground rules. 1, they can't be explicit artworks. Some things will inevitably step over the line in terms of being safe for work, but there can't be anything pornographic in nature. 2, they must be humanoid. The Pokemon is already humanoid, I have to stay as true to their original design as possible, but if they aren't, I'm going to anthropomorphize them as best I can, meaning I'm going to turn them into a humanoid. And 3, I'll mostly be drawing them in the order I picked them, with some exceptions to put similar Pokemon together. For example, there's like 6 Eevees on the list because I really like Eevees apparently, but I'm going to save them all for their own video. Second, I read through each of the Pokemon's Pokedex entries and identified what elements I felt were the most important to include in my designs. Things like animal type, personality traits, symbolism, and special powers or abilities. After compiling a short bulleted list of important keywords, I then moved on to step 3. Story. As easy as it would have been to simply amplify the aesthetic elements of the Pokemon's design, I decided to go one step further for this project. I took all of the keywords I found, the visual design of the Pokemon, and the specific ideas or elements I thought were the most attractive, and used them to craft a story of sorts to go along with each Pokemon. Something to give them more personality and character, and appeal to a wider demographic than horny teenage furries. I even wrote a bit of a backstory for each of them, exploring their life and history in whatever fictional universe they existed in. Just add another layer to the narrative I was building for each of the Pokemon. Now that that was done, all that was left was to put all of this together to create the final artworks. Persian was the first Pokemon I ran into that really jumped out at me, and I think that's mainly due to its strong use of shape language, or what the various forms of the character are and how they are put together. In my opinion, Persian is the strongest on this front of the 4 Pokemon I decided to draw. The other 3 rely a lot more on symbolism and color to convey their concepts, while Persian, in comparison, is very simple, being basically just a monochrome cat with a red crystal in their forehead. Now, based on extensive research, I have come to the conclusion that Persian is a prideful bitch. That sounds like a joke, but the Pokedex says, and I quote, "Getting this prideful Pokemon to warm up to you takes a lot of effort, and it will claw at you the moment it gets annoyed," which is kind of bitch energies. Now, there are a lot of ways to take this in terms of attractiveness for a visual design, but I decided to go for the "they're too good for you" angle. Basically, Persian is the embodiment of feminine beauty, with the confidence to back it up. Now, I picked feminine beauty in this case because that was just the vibes I got from it, but you could just as easily take it in the opposite direction. Essentially, she is way out of your league, and she knows it. In order to convey this with their visual design, I decided to go all in on the prideful lioness vibes, giving them a properly haughty pose where they are literally looking down at you. I sort of imagine this version of Persian, hey, that kind of rhymes, being really tall, like 6 or 7 feet in height, just to really sell that sense of pure dominance. Through complete coincidence, all of the 4 Pokemon I decided to draw ended up having some kind of dominant energies, just in different ways. For Persian, her dominance is purely for show. Literally. It's her beauty and personality that is strong, not her physical might or divine powers. In a way, she is the most intimidating of the 4, because she is aware of just how intimidating she is. You might be nervous to approach Scizor, but they probably won't notice nor use it against you. Persian can and will. But on the inside, I think Persian actually grapples with loneliness and insecurity from a life of isolation from others. She was the popular girl at school and gained such a reputation that few were brave enough to approach her, let alone get to know her. Now with a thriving career as an actress, she is desperately searching for someone that can look past her outward appearance and get to know her as a person. Someone to offer kindness instead of critique, care instead of lust, compassion in place of jealousy. Perhaps that someone could be you? Scizor is a very strange Pokemon, which is why I think it's a bit odd that it ended up being my second non-EV choice. Now you're probably thinking, Nathan, all Pokemon are strange, and yeah, I'd agree with that one, but one read through Scizor's Pokedex entry ingrained into me how incredibly alien they are. I mean, they are an almost 6-foot-tall bug made of metal with claws that are a full third of their body weight. I mean, heck, even their muscles are made of metal, which for the record is completely badass. That's pretty much exactly how I imagine Scizor, a badass warrior who travels the land looking for people and Pokemon to duel or something like that. A master of combat who knows only victory. But I don't think Scizor is an emotionless killer. No, they're a kind soul at heart, avoiding touching smaller creatures for fear of hurting them with their mighty claws. A Pokemon that will selflessly throw themselves into danger in order to protect those who cannot protect themselves, never staying long enough to be rewarded for their efforts, never speaking more than a few words at a time. I really tried to convey this with their pose, putting them with their back to you as if they were in the process of protecting you from some great danger, blocking devastating blows effortlessly, and still having the time to glance back at you to make sure you are okay. I also fiddled a lot with their rendering in order to make sure that they looked properly metallic, since, again, they are literally made of metal. I also tried to convey that sense of alienness I was talking about with Scizor's design. They are a strange, otherworldly creature that is not quite an animal, but certainly not human either. I imagine that this drives them into a perpetual state of isolation, being cut off from others both physically and socially. If only someone could match Scizor's strength and determination with compassion and understanding. Someone that sees a creature of respect and heroism rather than one of fear and horror might be able to befriend them, and maybe, just maybe, even get them to open up. Are you that someone? I'm gonna be honest, I was originally planning to draw 4 Pokemon for this video, but after finishing Persian and Scizor, I realized that the month was nearly half over already and I was quickly running out of time. Besides, including all 4 Pokemon in one video would probably have made it too long anyways, so I'll be saving Raikou and Suicune for a part 2. Plus, it'll be more thematic that way, putting the 2 spirit Pokemon in their own video. I was kind of already planning on drawing them as a pair, so it actually works out pretty well. TLDR, I overplanned, as usual, and had to scale back the project, but I will still be drawing the other 2 Pokemon, you just have to wait to see them till next month. Got it? Cool. Let's go and torture a friend.
Hello?
Hello. We have connection.
Go begin. Suffer.
May the suffering begin. Okay. First order of business. Do you want to introduce yourself to the viewers at home?
Sure. I'm Tyler Stillwell. I do voice acting stuff sometimes, and am a minor part of the creative process of this individual, semi-often.
A minor part? I feel like you're underselling yourself there. Just a little.
That's what I do.
It's literally the reason this video is happening. You were the one who first recommended that I do Pokemon Smash or Pass.
I was? I don't remember doing that.
Remember
I'm gonna need photo evidence of this occurring because I have no memory. No. Me causing something and then immediately forgetting about it is on brand. So
Yeah, that is true.
I don't remember half of the things that I am the cause of because I just make people do things. My existence causes problems indirectly.
Indirectly, of course. Okay. Well,
But I suppose it's time to reap what I have sown in that case.
yeah, a little bit. So I have 3 important questions that I want answered for each of these artworks. I show it to you. The first is, can you guess what Pokemon it is? Hopefully you'll be able to at least recognize it, but I want to know if you can guess which Pokemon. 2, is it on your list as well? Because I know you have a list.
I have a list. I have one. I did this for the sake of the funny.
Yeah. Same. And then question number 3 is, do you think that my art makes a Pokemon more attractive? Like, if it's on your list, is it an improvement? If it's not, does my art make it, like, would you add it to your list? Like, would you have picked Smash based on the art that I created?
Welcome. Karma is gonna hit me in a freight train. Alright.
Okay. So, we have number 1 on the list. Oh, I just realized. I am not prepared for this at all. Wow. I forgot that I put their names on the images that I saved for them. That defeats the entire point of you guessing if their names are on the image. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on.
Oops. On the fly editing.
Now we're ready to continue.
Alright. There we go.
Okay. So, cursed image number 1. Of course,
And
it's
now
loading.
the dramatic pause for effect as
Dramatic pause for
Discord
effect.
struggles. Oh yeah, that's just Persian.
Okay.
First and foremost, that
Yeah.
is literally just Persian.
Yep, correct.
Not on the list that I have. I know that
Not
much.
on the list. Okay. Would you add it to your list?
On account of it now bypassing one of the like criterias that I had of that's just a cat. Yeah.
Yes.
Not,
Okay.
that's not just a cat anymore. It's like,
Okay. Woo! Score
that's
number
humanoid.
1.
I'm not team a cat is fine too. I'm also not team whatever Mark was on with all those fucking birds. Why were there so many birds?
Okay. Cursed image number 2. Go.
Scizor. Let me check.
Is that how you pronounce their name? Scizor?
I've
been imagining.
do not know.
I've been imagining in my head that it's pronounced Scizor. Maybe I should.
It was certainly a consideration, but I don't think it's on here. I may be blind though. Yeah, I'd say the same. Everything is staying as is.
So it's no and no.
Yeah.
Okay. Not in the list. Not smashable. That's fair.
It's a metal bug. I don't know.
That is true.
It's like
that is factual.
It's looking at me.
It is looking.
I can't tell if it wants to kill me or not. Which.
Yeah. See, my intention was that it's like protecting
I can't tell.
you.
I can't tell if it's trying to kill me or not.
Hey, some people find that attractive, you know. That sounds like a joke, but you know it's true.
Yeah, no, that is exactly accurate. I think I know some people like that. Hi guys, calling you out in a YouTube video. You know who you are.
Okay. Final closing questions. First, are you looking forward to part 2?
The longer that this goes on, the more likely I am to just detonate randomly, which will be interesting and equally hilarious. So, you know what? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's sort of the
I'm
idea, right?
always game to make a fool of myself.
Just keep going until you crack under the pressure. That's how this works, right? It's my
Don't
new
laugh
goal
like
now.
that.
It's the
Don't
new
laugh
goal.
like that ever. By the way, just a note: don't laugh like a howler monkey. Yeah, I'm a performer. I live to make a fool of myself.
That's fair. Okay. Second closing question. Do you think this was a productive use of my time?
I don't know what a productive use of time means. It was most certainly amusing, and it was.
Would you rather I had spent this entire month doing something else?
No.
Score.
Right click, save image as.
So there you have it. The mission was a resounding success. No complications whatsoever. In all seriousness, I actually really like how both pieces turned out. I wasn't expecting them to be this good, but they look exactly how I imagined them in my head. Which is not necessarily a good thing, but I'm gonna chalk it up to having low expectations and move on. The soft rendering worked amazingly well for both artworks, especially on Persian, and I feel really good about their poses and anatomy. I did end up easing back the shadows on Scizor after I stopped recording, just because I thought they looked a bit dark, but other than that, there isn't anything about them that I would change or improve. Anyways, if you found this video entertaining, consider giving it a like and subscribing for more stuff like it in the future. My current schedule involves posting once every month, so you can expect a slow but steady stream of art-related content in the future to help inspire you and lift your spirits. If you click the bell icon and select all from the drop-down list, you can also be notified about all future uploads if you're excited to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!